What up, good people? Back with another reflection. In today's reflection, I want to talk about why it's important for us as the children of God and followers of Christ to be willing to go toe for toe, blow for blow with that of evil. Um, the Bible tells us that our enemy, Satan, is always looking to kill, steal, and destroy. If we know that, then we can't just be waiting for his opportunity to strike. We can't just be always looking for him to start, the beef. Uh, Sometimes we got to be willing to bring the smoke. Um, you know, the battle of spiritual warfare, the battle of good and evil, puts me in the mind of when I was in high school, and uh, we had one of the best bands, in the city in my school. The band was so good that sometimes at football games, we wouldn't even pay attention to the games. But come halftime, everybody heading to the field to watch the band perform. And they were so good that, in the summertime when school was out, they would have something called the Battle of the Bands, where they would battle other schools. And in these battles, one school would play a song, get everybody hyped. Then another school would play a song, get everybody hyped. And the 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 goal was to outdo the other school, right? And so that's how we got to be thinking about this battle of good versus evil. Evil don't care about how far they go. They don't care how outlandish some of the evil and some of the darkness that they portray out into this world is. So us as the light, we gotta be willing to go just as far, if not farther. Um, as much as Satan wants to steal, we got to be willing to give. As much as Satan wants to destroy, we got to be willing to build up. As much as Satan wants to kill, we got to be willing to heal. We always got to one up Satan and one up evil. Um, we can't just depend on people in position of power, or our pastors, or our parents, or people that we feel like this at a higher level than us to fight all of our battles. Yes, they can give us the tools. Yes, they can prepare us. Yes, they can give us the marching orders. But us as believers, we got to be willing to get on the ground level and go toe to toe on the front line with evil, and never ever be afraid. Afraid. The Bible says, God says, if I'm for you, who can be against you? That right there lets me know I got the sergeant in general. I got Jehovah Saba on my side.